right, good evening, everybody. Just want to see if you guys can hear me okay. If you are in the chat, let me know if you can hear me. We are streaming also on Facebook, and I don't have the ability to check Facebook and all that stuff at the same time. So if you write in the chat, I suggest that you go on to YouTube and watch this on YouTube so that I can see your chat and any questions that you have. And I'm just going to make my screen here a little bit bigger. Hope you guys and gals are doing wonderfully well today. Yeah, so a little bit of news. I found out that I had won another songwriting competition. Super excited about that. More details will come out soon, but this was a songwriting contest that had to do with Pennsylvania, had to do with something, a town, some kind of a story or something had to do with PA itself. And so I submitted Miner John, which of course is about my great 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 grandfather who was a coal miner in Pennsylvania. And yeah, so I got another win on that. And that's just super excited about that. It's awesome. I had gone from wondering why, or not wondering why, but just wondering if songwriting competitions are not worth it. But this is my second one, so second win in the past 6 months. So I'm really happy about that. That makes me happy. Thanks, Dave. So today we are going to be continuing a little bit of kind of what we were doing last week. We were doing some of the George Van Epps stuff in a way, and to me this stuff is really important. And what's cool about it is it's incorporating chord shapes, chord triads, and scales and things up the neck. And I think from just teaching people, one of the biggest things that I see in students is the lack of strength in their hands. And they're like, oh, well, I can't play bar chords and all this kind of stuff. And I feel like this stuff can really increase the strength and the dexterity of your hands so that playing bar chords becomes easier. Bar chords are not easy. So, don't think that there's some sort of magic pill that all of a sudden you can start playing bar chords and you're like, oh man, these things are a piece of cake. They're not. They take strength, and then they take a lot of practice. And I'm talking about an acoustic guitar. So I use medium gauge, which my high E string is a 13 and my low E is a 56. And what's in between, I don't know. So whatever, they're 13s. They're just like a standard 13 set. Yeah, so that's they can get difficult, and nobody has Superman hands, so you have to like really practice to get used to doing things like that, and they become smooth. But they do take effort, and that's just the way of it. But these things help. So we're going to start off with just a little bit of a warm-up exercise 1. Now, if you've gone to the if you've gone to the YouTube page, you'll see that I've pinned a link at the top of the chat. And in that chat link is the sheet music to download for today. And that has all of the exercises that we're going to do in their rudimentary form, but it'll show you some diagrams and things like that that'll help you sort of memorize this stuff. Okay. So the first one we're going to do is going to be based off of, I'm going to sort of get in here a little bit better so I can line up in the camera a little better. Um, we're going to break this apart in little pieces. So the first one, we're going to start this in a G chord, okay? And then we're playing this a G triad in root position. Okay, now if I switch my camera here, you hopefully will be lined up. Good, look at that. I am playing in third position, meaning my index finger's playing third fret, and my third finger, or ring finger if you will, is playing here on the 5th fret on the 4th string. So it's going 5, 4, 3. And you can look at this, it makes this nice little diagonal line here that's connecting that. So that's just those 3 notes. That's a G chord. That's all you need to make a G chord. May not be what you need for the song that you're playing, but it is a G chord. So I want you to play this, and you're going to do a rest stroke. Now, if you're I don't know, if you've done Gwup a whole lot, you've heard me talk about doing rest strokes. And if you haven't, the rest stroke basically is you're going to strum, and you're strumming into the guitar as opposed to kind of sweeping out from the guitar. It's like in, diagonally in, so that when I strum, my pick, I only need these 3 strings, but then my pick comes to rest, hence the name rest stroke, on the high E string, because that's the next one that I'm not playing. So you have to get used to doing this quick shot like this, so that pick comes to rest there. All right, so that's the first chord. The second chord is going to be another G chord in first inversion, like this. Okay, it's called first inversion because the third of the chord, the second note in the chord, is in the bass. So that's the first time that it's inverted, first inversion, right? I'm barring 3rd fret, and second finger plays 4th fret here on the 3rd string. Okay, so we have here, root position, first inversion. Then we come up for second inversion. Now the way I want you to play this today is that you're going to bar the 7th fret, okay, 7th fret index finger, and then the second finger is going to play the 8th fret here on the 2nd string, and you're going to get this, right? And if you play it with all different fingers like this, it'll look like a D shape, like you play a D chord, and that's what it is. It's a D-shaped chord, but here we're going to be doing the bar instead of playing these 2. We're doing that all with 1 finger, right? And that is because I want to be able to bring my pinky up to grab this note here, and we'll do that here in a second, but I want to have that 4th finger available so I can grab that note. And then we're going to go back. We'll play second inversion, first inversion, root position. So hopefully you're playing along with me, just getting these under your fingers. If you already know them, awesome. And if you don't, then just play it along with me. This whole Gwup session is meant to be played along with me. It's meant to be interactive, even though that I can't hear you. No one can hear you. So the first one, we have a little movement here, a little doodad we're going to do with the pinky. So I'm going to play the chord, rest stroke, play that with me, and then I'm going to bring my pinky down onto the 5th fret of the 2nd string here, and I'm going to pick up. And that's just kind of like pulling my hand away from the guitar, right? So I pick in, strum in, got the rest stroke, and then the pinky comes down, and my pick, as I pull out, my pick just kind of grabs that 2nd string. Okay, now so that's the motion there for this. Let's go to first inversion. Again with the pinky, but we're going to play on the 1st string. I'm not using this finger. I know it's hard to tell. I'll just kind of tuck it under there. But you should play it like this. So again, I'm going down with the pick and then up on that note. Okay, so far we have all right, and I'm going to come up to second inversion, so follow me up there onto the 7th position, and then the pinky is going to grab 10th fret here. Okay, so let's do that together, just that much, and then we'll finish the second half of the exercise. So I'm going to go 1, 2, ready, and go, and 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that one more time. Ready, go, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay? Now going backwards, you might think, oh, well, you just go backwards. It's easy. Well, it's different. You are going backwards, but it's going completely in reverse. So now I'm going to start with this shape, and then pinky lifts up, right? And then when I come down to first inversion, I start with this shape, and then the pinky lifts up to the bar, and then first inversion, it starts with this shape. Okay, that can get a little tricky, but if you keep in mind that these shapes are really just this, and that's how you're basing this, then even though you're starting with this tone at the top, you're still seeing it from this shape and rather than this. I hope that makes sense. And, you know, as you practice these things, you'll be like, oh yeah, that makes more sense. All right, so that is the, actually, let's do 2 times backwards, and then we'll do the whole thing together. I'm going to put a metronome on, maybe. Yeah, so I'm going to put that at 50 beats per minute, okay? So let's try that. We're going to go backwards here. So starting from this position. 1, 2, and ready, and go, and... Okay, let's start that again. I'm actually thinking I'm going to go a little slower than that. I'm going to change it to 8th notes. Okay, so we're not playing the second 8th note, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, backwards, go, and... One, 2, with me again, go, and... All right, so now let's do the whole exercise. We're going to go up and back, and we'll do that a few times, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and go, and... 3, 4, back. Again, ready, go, and... 3, 4, 4 again. 3, 4, last one. All right, so if you notice how I'm playing that, everything is very legato. It's connected, right? I'm not going. Okay, you get the idea. But all of the notes, when I go to that next passing tone there, you can still hear those other notes ringing. I'm continuing to hold as well everything, all that chord down. And then when I go to the next chord, I shift in a way that you don't hear any silence in between that shift. It's all connected. Right? And now here, that's tough because you have this big shift, right? So try not to do this. Or this. Right? So because I'm pointing it out, I'm sure that you hear that right away. I want... Right? I don't, as a listener, I don't want to hear when somebody plays something, I don't want to hear that it sounds difficult, you know? And I can't tell you how many times I've had students go, oh yeah, I want to play this song, it sounds easy. And then I start to laugh because I know it's like you're going to eat your words because you think it's easy because you think it sounds easy, but you don't have any context for it. And it's like, okay, we'll learn it, and then I'll teach it to them, and then they go, oh my gosh, this is really hard. Yeah, and that's one of the things. It's this connection. You know, we don't have a sustain pedal like a piano player does. Everything has to be held by the hands. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. And one of the things that I'll tell you with that last one is that you can do this in all the keys. So what I would do is I'm going to play this quickly, but and as I come back, and then I'll shift up chromatically to the next key. As I'll go to G sharp. And then we'll go to A. Okay? And then go up as high as you can, and then go as low as you can, and that would be your full exercise, warm up, strength training. So now we're going to do this. The exercise 2 is going to be very similar, but we're going to pick it out like an arpeggio. All right. Still going to continue doing this downstroke idea. So I want you to do this. Okay. I don't know, for some reason my camera is really low and maybe you can't see my right hand here, but I'm doing a rest, rest, rest. So it's just kind of like I'm pushing through the, right? I'm not going, picking out, it's straight, right? You can do the other way if you want. It's just, I like this. To me, it sounds just like buttery. I heard a phrase the other day. It was like, that sounds like honey off a hot rock. It's just smooth. So, right? And we go to the next one. Down, 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 up. Down, 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 up. Okay? So as I play this, you can hear how I connect it. Okay? Now on the way down, it's going to go backwards. We're going to start with a strum on these, though. We're going to go. Right? So literally in reverse. So I do the strum, up, down, up, down, down, strum, up, down, down. Okay, let's try that together. Maybe go a little faster than that for this one. Let's see. Okay, let's try there. So exercise 2 is 2 lines, in case if you're following along there. 1, 2, 3 with me, and 1. Again with me, and 2. Ready, go, and 1, 2, beginning and go, and 2, 3, and 4, and oh my gosh, I did the wrong thing. Let's start it back up here again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and go, and there you go. So I hope you feel that in your hand. If you're really following along here, you're going to go, wow, that's pretty taxing on the old hand as it is. This is another one that you can take up the fretboard. So I would take that to G sharp. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and you know, one cool thing that you can do, because we're doing this multiple down thing, you can get like quick lines with this if you were to use this for improvising or something. So this here, right? Maybe I go. Right? You have like a quick line. You know, people ask about how do you get from here to here? You know, you kind of create things that go up. Well, maybe this is how you get up to a higher register. And you kind of take it up. Yeah, so there's a lot of ideas and things that you can use from that, and I hope that you kind of see this, that it's not just something that's stuck in this, oh, well, Kevin says this is a warm-up, so that this has no use in the real world. All of these things that I show you have use in the real world, and that's the point. Just how do you use it? How can you take it and be creative with it and make it your own as well? All right, so one more thing here at the end. Let's look at, so everything that we had done was in the key of G. We hadn't switched keys in this one. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. This one, we're going to change keys, but we're going to look at it from the perspective of a major 7 chord in this shape here. Okay, so this is going to be a major. So I got first finger, on the 5th fret. I'm in 5th position here. 3rd finger gets the 7th fret. 2nd finger on 6th fret. Pinky on the 7. So we've got 5, 7, 6, 7, 5, 7, 6, 7. No bar for this one. You can get the top note barred if you wanted to do that chord, but for this, we're just getting those 4. Right? So we have a drop 3 chord. It's called a drop 3. So think about this note here, and I want to play the triad off of this note. So let's start that with the 2nd finger. So let's go here, play this with me. So I'm going to go the root. 1st finger plays the major 3rd, and then the pinky is going to play the 5th of the chord. Right? 1, 1, 3, 5. Okay. Now I'm just going to add, because this is a major 7 chord, there's other notes here, but I want to add the major 7 for this. And the major 7 is always, you can find it in 2 places, but an easy place to find it is right behind the root. So there's the 7, and there's the root, right? Only 7 notes in a scale, so if this is 1, if we go back 1, that has to be 7. So I'm going to play 7, root, 3, 5. Now I'm talking about that in scale degrees, not frets. So the scale degrees are the 7th, the root, 3rd, major 3rd, and the 5th. Okay. So play that with me. Let's go. I'm going to change this back to quarter notes. Just play those 4 notes with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and go. And down, 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 down. Let's do 2 more. 1 and 2. Okay. Now, what I want to do is think about this note here. I leave off, that's the 5th. If I think about the shape that we did for the G chord, so remember a whole long time ago, 5 minutes ago, we did this and this, right? Remember these shapes? And if I did all 4 together, I would just put this back down and I would get that, right? So if I play this, right, but then I'm playing what would be an A chord over top of this D chord, you would get that shape, okay? However, I want you to stay in position. So what that means is that you're going to stay in 4th position and play, and then play that shape. So I'm not using my index finger. That's what it would be, but we're doing it this way, but individual notes. Okay, when we get here, 1, 3, then I hyperextend that finger. We talked about this last week, where we hyperextend or roll that finger, and it's like getting a new finger on that hand. Okay, that's tough, and it was for me when I first started working on this, but I worked on it, and it became easier, right? And then we end off with the pinky here. Okay, so from that point, roll there. Okay, so let me play the beginning. Okay, and then right there the pinky stays, and I come into the shape, the major 7 shape, and then just arpeggiate that chord. Okay, so it's 3, 4. Okay. So we're going to change keys on this one, and in order to change keys, when I play, then I'm going to strum the next major 7 shape. So we go to D sharp or E flat 7, major 7. So it go strum, and then okay, we're not going to play it that fast, but that's the idea. Let's try it at 55. We're going to start back at the key of D, and we're playing 4th position. So remember, we do the 7th, root, 3, 5, and then we go into that same shape that we did in exercise 1 and 2, and with the pinky into the D major chord, 7 chord. And then we'll shift up. Okay? I know this one's a little tricky, but it sounds pretty. I think you'll like it. 2 with me, and go, and 2, 3, 4. Hold the chord as long as you can, and go, and 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, 4. 'Let's do one more. 2 and 3 and go. Let's go down. Okay. That one has a lot of technique in it. It's tough. I mean, you have this playing that with 4th, 3rd, and 2nd finger is really tough. And then to roll. Now, could you do this? You know, start and then reach up with the 3rd finger and then play. Could you do that? Well, I just did. So yes, you could. You totally could. And to be fair, if I were playing this as a, if I were playing this live as a performer, and I was using this idea as a an idea for improvising over something, I 99% would play reach up with the 3rd, and I wouldn't do this. So, Kevin, why are you making us do that if that's not how you would play it? because we want to do things that are more difficult than uh, than what's needed. Because if we do that, then playing something like that is easier. It's kind of, I always liken it to when a baseball player would put the metal donut ring on a bat and they swing it around to make the bat heavier. Then they take that off, and then when they go to bat, then the bat weighs like next to nothing, so it's super easy to swing. And that's kind of the idea here. It's like play things that are difficult. You lift weights not to lift the same amount of weight that you do on a daily basis. You do things that are harder so that makes your daily life easier. It's the same idea here. And sometimes you get into a situation where the fingering that you end up in is only conducive to playing something, something like that, where you have to do some weird thing. And you want to be prepared for that and your hands ready for that. And, again, to be fair, you might be like, Kevin, I'm just a campfire guitar player. I'm not going to be doing all this weird stuff. Totally fair. And at the same time, if you do these things that are hard, it's going to make all of this stuff here that you do for your kumbaya chords so much easier. And when you go to switch chords, they're going to be smoother. Your timing is going to be better. Everything gets better when you are able to do things that are more difficult here. So take your medicine. All right. So those are the exercises today. I hope you enjoyed this Gwup number 34. And thanks everybody for watching. Let's see. If you're going to be in the Maryland area in Rockville, I'm going to be playing the... sorry, I was just reading a chat. I'm going to be at the Hank Deedles in Rockville doing the DC Bluegrass Union Songwriters Night. That's Wednesday. I believe that starts at 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And then Saturday, I'm going to be, I've got a few shows this week. Let's see. Yeah, Hank Deedles on Wednesday. Oh, I'm going to be in Mechanicsburg at Wolf's Brewing Company in Mechanicsburg. That's Friday. That starts at 6:30. I guess they had a cancellation, so this is like very new on the schedule. I only put it on last week, so yeah, Mechanicsburg. And then on Saturday, I'll be at the Wolf Sanctuary in Lidditz, Pennsylvania. That's for the Full Moon Tour. You should get information about that if you're interested. That's a super cool thing with the bonfire and the wolves and all of that stuff. So yeah, so that'll sum that up for this month. Remember, it's every second Monday of each month, starting at 7 o'clock, every second Monday. And if you're not on my mailing list, please sign up on my mailing list on my website, kevinneidig.com. And that way I can like get the information to you, because sometimes, all the time, Facebook will like pull back things that I post, and the only people that see it are Steph, my wife, and my mom. So it's not very fair, I don't think. So the website, or I'm sorry, the mailing list, sign up on that. That is the way to get the information, and I appreciate you for signing up on that. Also, if you enjoy this Gwup, if you get a lot out of this, please check out the link there in the description or in the chat. There's a little tip jar kind of thing there, if it's just to help support me doing this. And with that, thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Have a good night.